Well, today we got the huge DC Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters official announcement from James Gunn about the future of DC. And there's a whole lot of big projects that were announced here, but I want to start off by talking about just the fact that it's not a full reboot, but it's a soft reboot. So what I mean by that is that this is not the DCU. This is now the DCU, but we're still using some of the same actors. So that's why it's basically been said that after the Flash movie, that movie will the ending of that has actually been supposedly changed by James Gunn, and they've re-edited it so that Ezra Miller, at the end of that movie, he runs through the multiverse into the new DCU, where Henry Cavill is no longer Superman. Ben Affleck is no longer Batman. But we still have Jason Momoa as Aquaman. We still have John Cena as Peacemaker. So we still have a few exceptions here, which a lot of people still have mixed feelings on, because it's like you can't just if you're going to do a reboot, you can't just get rid of like a few people and not get rid of everyone. Me personally, I feel like I kind of do like this idea, because like I feel like it would be such a waste to just throw away all these perfect castings. But then again, I don't know. But then we get this specific exact quote. This isn't the quote itself, but James Gunn did put out a quote saying Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, Ezra Miller, and Zachary Levi have the door open to reprise their roles in the DCU, which is quite interesting on some of these specifically. I think Gal Gadot, because her third Wonder Woman movie was supposedly canceled, so we kind of assumed she was out, like she was going to get recast. And again, it just says the doors are open, so she could return and continue to play Wonder Woman. We know she wants to, but since the supposed cancellation of Wonder Woman 3, a lot of people have really turned against Gal Gadot and her role as Wonder Woman, so I would not at all be surprised if she ends up getting recast. As for Shazam, though, I think Zachary Levi is perfect as Shazam, and I'm really excited to see him starting tomorrow. I'll be able to say next month. In March, we'll be seeing Shazam: Fear of the Gods. I'm really excited for that. But the past couple days, some controversial tweets have been out there from him, and just yeah. So he's not in a great spot with the DC community right now. So I'm not sure how that's going to go either. I feel like a lot of this kind of just depends on the box office and how much money these movies make. Like, if a Zachary Levi Shazam movie makes a lot of money, then he'll probably stay on as Shazam. If it completely bombs, they'll be like, all right, let's go in a different direction and cast somebody else. Now, as for Jason Momoa, this is another interesting one, because Jason Momoa is a great Aquaman. I think he's great as Aquaman. We're going to be seeing him in Aquaman and the Last Kingdom later this year. It'll be one of the technically first movies of the DCU. And James Gunn even said that, he basically confirmed that they're doing an Aquaman 3 as well, which is also quite interesting. But I think the most interesting part about this is that we've been hearing these huge things about Jason Momoa as Lobo, and there was absolutely no mention of that in this presentation today. Now, that could just be because they don't want to talk about that now, but then again, James Gunn did say no actor will be playing two characters in the DCU, so we were going with that theory that Jason Momoa could play both Aquaman and Lobo at the same time, but apparently that's not going to be the case. So I honestly have no idea what's going on with that. I mean, I think that would have been a cool idea. I would have loved to have seen this new Superman versus Jason Momoa as Lobo. That would have been awesome, but apparently that's not happening. But Ezra Miller's Flash, though, this is, I mean, both James Gunn and Peter Safran put out statements about basically they think Ezra is working to better themselves and come around and apologize for everything that they've done, and basically said that when Ezra is ready to discuss things, that they are open to having them return, and that they'll see where things go. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really know how you can come back from this, though. Like, nobody really wants Ezra Miller to continue as the Flash. And again, it really depends on if this movie is a financial success at the box office. That is really what is going to determine this. I mean, James Gunn in his presentation highlighted how he's seen the Flash movie and he loves it. And we're getting a trailer at the Super Bowl in a couple weeks. And this is supposedly an amazing film. It's been said like, oh, the best DC film since The Dark Knight. So if it's really that good, and if people show up and go to theaters and watch this movie, it is potential Ezra Miller could continue. I don't think I really would like to see that happen, because even before all the scandals with this actor, I was never really a big fan of this version of the character anyway. So I definitely wouldn't mind him being recast. But yeah, it's just it's confusing. It's weird. So yeah, it's not a reboot, but it is a reboot at the same time. So just as we initially thought, the Flash movie will help us dive into this brand new universe, which will be a soft reboot, keeping some actors and getting rid of some other ones as well. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this idea that we're doing a soft reboot for the DCU? And some of these actors, do you want to see them continue? Do you want to see more Jason Momoa as Aquaman? Do you want to see more Zachary Levi as Shazam? Do you want to see more Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman? And most importantly, do you want Ezra Miller to continue as the Flash? So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything goes on in the DC life.